Hey, what's up, guys? In this video today, I'll be showcasing you guys my Phantom Knights deck. This is the second deck in my series of going through and making decent decks out of the Legendary Hero decks. You guys can check out my introductory video on my YouTube channel. So, without further ado, I'll get into showcasing my Phantom Knights deck. It's a really fun deck to play, so I'm pretty excited to show you guys. So, first of all, I've run 3 Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. This card's a really great card. It's really the search power of your deck. So, just really a really solid card that you want to run multiple copies of. Main effect is you banish it from the graveyard, and then from there you can search any Phantom Knights card and add it from your deck to your hand. So very good for search power. This is a card you want to see a lot of. Next up, I play triple Phantom Knights of Silent Boots. Just another really good card. Just like Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. This one, this guy's search condition is a bit more specific. So you can only search a Phantom Knight spell or trap and add it from your deck to your hand when you banish it. But it's still a very good card. Also, if you control Phantom Knight's monster, you can special summon him from your hand, which makes him more useful than Ancient Cloak for XZ summons. Next off, I run 3 copies of Ragged Gloves. This card's a good card for XZ summons. It says that if a card is XZ summoned using this card as material, that XZ summon card gains 1,000 attack. And then you can banish it from your graveyard to send one Phantom Knights card from your deck to your graveyard, which is very useful to send, like Ancient Cloak, for example, from your deck to the graveyard. So you can then banish Ancient Cloak to search any spell or trap. Or, sorry, any card from your deck to your hand. Then I play double copies of Phantom Knights of Fragile Armor. It can be a pretty useful card just for draw power. And also, just a nice special summon onto the field. And it has decent defense for that. And good for your rank 4 XZs. And I play 1 copy of Phantom Knights of Cloven Helm. You don't actually usually see this card very often. But its effect is that it can gain some attack. And then you can send Phantom Knights cards from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so you can it's good for recycling cards from your graveyard to your hand. I actually haven't seen this card too much, so that's why I wasn't really sure of its effect. But yeah, just a nice addition. Next off, I play triple copies of Junk Forward. This is a good card just to get bodies onto the field. It's an easy special summon if you control no monsters. So it's good for your rank 3 XZ play. It's good for getting Phantom Knights and Breaksword onto the field. Next I play double Cogmution Knight. Another easy special summon onto the field. When you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon him from your hand. Next, I play 1 Marauding Captain. I really wish I had more of this card, but unfortunately I only have 1 copy. But it's just another really useful card for getting bodies onto the field for XZ summons. Also, it has another really nifty effect that doesn't allow your opponent to target warrior monsters for attacks except for this one, so it can be good for protecting your warrior monsters, which is almost all monsters in your deck. Next I play 1 Armageddon Knight. Its effect is useful just for dumping monsters from your deck to your graveyard. Then I play 1 Blue Mountain Butterspee. Its effect is that you can, when you normal summon a warrior monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And it's just another useful monster to get your rank 4 XZs. Then finally, to end off the monsters, I play one copy of Mathematician. It's just nice for sending monsters from your deck to your graveyard. Also, it has its draw effect is somewhat nice. Now getting into the spells, I play double copy of Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic launch. This is a very useful card to get your main boss monster in this deck, which is Dark Requiem Exi Dragon. It just helps you if you have a rank 4 Exi or a rank 3, just to rank up to your rank, your one rank higher Exi monster. So, very useful card to have. You want to search this card out quite a bit. Next off for draw power, I have one Allure of Darkness. I don't have Allure of Darknesses to spare. I'm using them in a few other decks, but I'd probably run more because Phantom Knights get banished a lot. So just a nice card for draw power. And you're definitely gonna have a lot of dark monsters. I play one copy of Monster Reborn, one Foolish Burial, and one Reinforcement of the Army. Good for reviving guys from your graveyard. Pretty much good for any deck. Good for sending from deck to the graveyard, so sending Ancient Cloak and then banishing him for his effect, and then searching out monsters with reinforcement. And just for Spawn Trap Destructions, I play Twin Twisters and the Mystical Space Typhoon. Next I play for the traps, that rounds off the spells. I play double Fog Blade. This is good for negating monsters' effects, and then special summoning from the graveyard. I play two copies of Shade Brigandine. It's a pretty useful card just for getting bodies onto the field. For Exi summons. It has a pretty useful effect that says that if you have no traps in your graveyard, you can use it the turn that it was set, so that can be quite useful. Next I play two copies of Tomb Shield, just like Shade Brigandine, but it gets a level 4 guy, and it can't be used the turn it was set. But it does have the effect that you can banish it from the graveyard, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and negate its effects. I play one Mist Claws, one Sword, one Lost Vambrance, one Wrong Magneteering. Magnet Ring, and then one Wing. These are all just one-off traps that can be useful. This is good for reviving from the Banish Zone and stopping direct attacks. This is good for increasing attack points of your monsters. This is good for kind of shutting down your opponent. And let me just read the card. I haven't seen much of it either. Yeah, it's just good for getting bodies onto the field for your link plays, and it allows your Phantom Knights to not be destroyed by battle for a while, and also making your opponent's monsters lose attack. And then Magnet Ring, just to check, negating direct attacks, and you can draw 2 cards if you send it and is it it? Yeah, it and one other continuous trap to the graveyard. And then Wing is good for gaining attack, making your guys a bit harder to leave the field, and then special summoning from the grave. Onto the extra deck, guys. I play 2 copies of Break Sword. This is a very good card for destruction, and it's a very easy rank 3 Exi monster to get onto the field. Then I play 2 copies of Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. Good for getting guys to the graveyard, and good for attacking, then switching to defense mode and protecting itself. I play 2 Leviaire, the Sea Dragon. just useful for recycling banished monsters. I play 2 Dark Rebellion XZ Dragon. Main rank 4 XZ guy you're trying to get onto the field. His effect can come very handy to reduce the power of your opponent's monsters and boosting his own in the process. And then Evil Swarm Thanatos is good for negating your monster's effect. Or no, making it immune to monsters' effects. Just so it's another guy that's sitting on the field that's difficult to remove. Pause. Okay, and next off, I run 1 copy of Evil Swarm Nightmare. This is a good card just to disrupt your opponent's special summons. Yeah, changing it to face down defense position. You guys can totally swap out the extra deck. These are mainly just cards I got from the sorry, I can't speak for some reason. From the Legendary Hero decks. And then main boss monster, I already alluded to him, Dark Requiem XZ Dragon. He's the main guy you want to get. Very powerful card. He relies largely on having Dark Rebellion XZ Dragon attached to him as material, and then using rank up magic to get him. Because we don't actually have any level 5s, so we have to rely on rank up magic to get this guy onto the field. But if you can, he's a really powerful guy. He's a threat on the field. When you get into Link monsters, I run 2 binary sorceresses. Just it's just like an easy generic card to special summon. I've mentioned or to link summon, I should say. I've mentioned before that obviously my extra deck isn't where I want it to be. I don't have very many extra deck monsters that are great, but I make do with what I have. I wish I could get access to some more, but I don't have the money quite yet. I mean, maybe if this channel gets big, I'll be able to afford some better Link monsters, but that's what we have right now. It's nice for getting Phantom Knights from the deck, or sorry, just from the field to the graveyard to activate their effects. So it can be useful at times. And then finally, Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche, the main Link monster you want to get onto the field. Really powerful for a Phantom Knights deck. This card's limited, that's why I only run 1, but I'd definitely run 3 if I could. Just a really great card for sending Phantom Knights to the graveyard and for getting spawn traps. Just a really powerful card that you definitely want to get onto the field as much as possible. And I'll go through and kind of tell you guys what I added in. I think most of this stuff you can find in the Legendary Hero decks. Ancient Cloak, said at the beginning, that can definitely be found in the Hero decks. Each Hero deck comes with 2 Ancient Cloaks. Same with Silent Boots. These all come in Legendary Hero decks. Same with Junk Forward. Same with Cogmution Knight. Marauding Captain does not. Marauding Captain you need to get on your own. Armageddon does. Blue Mountain Barsby does. Mathematician does not. I got that from my own. Just another nice color card. This comes with it. Lord of Darkness you have to get yourself. Monster Reborn comes with it. Foolish Burial comes with it. Reinforcement comes with it. Twin Twisters comes with it. Mystic Space Typhoon does. And then the rest of the traps come with it as well. And for the extra deck, besides the binary sorceresses, all of them come with the Legendary Hero decks. So you can make this deck. It's a pretty good deck considering it came from the Legendary Hero decks. It's a pretty good deck, pretty fun to play. So I definitely recommend making a deck similar to this. If you guys liked the video, be sure to subscribe and like the video, and comment if you can. Thanks for watching, guys.